what every Russian schoolboy knows.
Good time of day to all you my chess friends. This is Grandmaster Yermolinsky. Welcome back. What every Russian schoolboy knows. Continuing this long ongoing series. How to build your opening repertoire. And the subject is the French defense, which I desperately trying to bring back. Well, as I already shared in my video last week, well, I put on some work, back years ago, and unfortunately the results weren't quite as I expected or hoped for, and the French was discontinued. But no. I mean, I'm looking for some inspiration maybe, and the idea is maybe the French again. So anyway, that line, the bishop a5, the Armenian variation. Alright, so let me do this again. Now we're following the game between Peter Leko and Alexander Grishuk. It's not really a very new game, it's from 2013. Now, interesting, Grishuk. Every once in a while I see a real good player kind of given this a ride. Even the guys that normally don't care much for the French. I think there is something about this move bishop a5, as I suspect, that naturally attracts Sicilian players suddenly to this line, because black intends to keep the bishop if he can. Yeah, that somehow makes it more acceptable in the eyes of a Sicilian aficionado to play this kind of stuff. Anyway, in this game, so Grishuk goes for it. Now queen g4. Now move orders are still mystery to me. Okay, now I was gonna play king f8 if it was played after this, right? In this situation. Then I go king f8. So I'm not sure I want to play king f8 now. The reason being is then d takes c5. I must part with my bishop, right? Otherwise they just get the pawn chain, extra pawn. It's probably not a good idea, but if I part with the bishop, somewhat similar to the lines that I saw from the b4 line, then somehow the king on f8. Okay, maybe. Anyway, still I'm kinda in the dark there. Let's follow the game. So knight e7 and Leko took. Okay, so that's a different plan. Actually, if you go back, this position, a lot of people say, this line is nothing, you can just go bishop d2 and then you back to normal. Okay, maybe it's normal, but how good is that normal? I mean, the bishop d2 line existed instead of the move a3, and still exists, but it doesn't really have a very fearsome reputation, put it this way. There are ways of dealing with that, and most of the time black just goes, what do they go, just knight c6, right? Yeah, sometimes even that check on d6, you can send your knight over there, but after the check, suppose you force black to go king f8, but then the center is collapsing. The center is totally falling apart, and the knight on d6 can be undermined. Just like in that game where everything started in a game I showed you last week. Played by Edouard. How to undermine this knight on d6. No, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Okay, so it takes, and now he took on c3. Probably it wasn't in Grishuk's plans, but I guess, well, then in some situations you just have to be ready to take. And now knight there, knight d7. Now it's interesting, d7. Okay, bishop d3. Now, of course, white is planning on the